Coronation Street TV icon hates middle-class food and demands comeback of forgotten faves.
Rafael Nadal's son steals the spotlight at the Olympics. Star's adorable mini-me shows he has inherited dad's tennis skills at first doubles match.
Kerry Katona makes Donald Trump unexpected offer. I'm flying over. Hello and welcome to Barely Contained, the podcast which, were it to be an Olympic sport, would be the one with the dancing horses. I'm Matt Withers, and with me, as ever, is Chris Beckett.
Hello, Matt.
How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm all right, thanks. It's a bit of a scorcher, isn't it?
It is, and the time of recording, it is incredibly hot. And to record this involves closing the window because I live in a very siren-heavy part of London, and turning the fan off. So I hope not to pass out during this recording.
Yeah, fingers crossed. It might put a bit of a dampener on it.
Yeah, although I could go viral.
Well, yeah, that's something this podcast badly needs, to be fair.
It could really do with going viral. I think maybe we're not the sport with the dancing horses. Maybe we're more like table tennis. The people doing it are really good at what they do. It's just that nobody cares.
I think the dancing horses was probably better.
Yeah, I think.
Especially the abuse that they receive behind the scenes.
Yeah, absolutely. They need to get themselves unionized, those boys. Well, shall we start having a look at what's been going on in the world of online celebrity journalism in the past couple of weeks?
Let's do it.
Well, I'm starting in the digital pages of the Daily Star online. And I've got a story headlined "Coronation Street TV icon hates middle-class food and demands comeback of forgotten faves."
Demands. Okay.
Yeah. This is someone who's got enough cachet in society that they can issue these sort of demands of our new Starmerite overlords. It begins with a stand first. Craig Charles, famous for his stints on Coronation Street and Red Dwarf, admitted he hated middle-class foods such as avocado, and instead wants to see a return to the favourites of the 60s and 70s.
Wow, I hope he's gonna give them a shout out, these 60s and 70s treats.
Well, he's gonna name names here. I mean, I was gonna mention this a bit later on, but this isn't just an online story. I don't know if you're aware of this, Chris. A couple of weeks ago, this was the splash on the Daily Star Sunday.
Right. Okay.
so that's the front page. It was literally the front page on the Sunday, which is quite remarkable, given that's a national newspaper, and this was a story they led on. It was the food demands of Craig Charles.
I mean, I'm not saying I'm anywhere in that kind of that level of fame, but I'm wondering now if I should have spoken out a bit more loudly about the axing of Brannigan's roast beef and mustard.
Oh, my word. I've not thought of those for years.
Great crisp.
They were a great crisp. They were a pretty, whatever happened to Brannigan's? I mean, I don't want to blow my own horn, Chris, but I think I'm largely responsible for the return of Karamak.
Yeah, fair enough.
It begins. Red Dwarf and Coronation Street legend Craig Charles has put a call out for the return of crispy pancakes and angel delight. Now, Coronation Street legend. I read this and did I know he was in Coronation Street? I'm not sure I did. Maybe it was something that's buried in my mind. Did you know that?
Yeah, I mean, I did, but I would say, yeah, certainly legend is possibly overselling it a bit. I mean, Red Dwarf would be enough, surely.
Yeah, I mean, I would say he was very much 20 to 25% of Red Dwarf, depending on how vital a character you think Holly is. But anyhow, as a Coronation Street legend, that you'd say you kind of, I don't know, Reg Holsworth.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't watch it.
I mean, to be fair though, crispy pancakes and angel delight were two staples of visits to my my gran and granddad. So, I'm kind of I'm on board with him so far.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, crispy pancakes. I think I probably had at least 5 nights a week. When at school, Angel Delight, not quite so often. But certainly I can taste that butterscotch now.
I didn't even realize. I mean, I think Angel Delight, you can still get it. Oh, you'll probably still get crispy pancakes too.
You
I'm not.
can still get both. I can report that Angel Delight is still available in Lidl because I saw some when I was in there today. Didn't buy any. I thought that would be taking irony too far, but it was available. Both the actual Angel Delight and the Lidl own brand Angel Delight are available. Crispy pancakes, I did check. You can get them all over the place.
Right. I can just imagine some, maybe some butterscotch Angel Delight in Lidl sandwiched between a golf trolley and a 24 pack of nappies.
Yeah, just below a Family Fortunes interactive DVD. Yeah, absolutely. The actor who turned 60 last week said he hated middle class foods like avocado or sourdough bread, saying he wanted a return to the 1960s and 1970s. He said he wanted Brits to start tucking into Angel Delight, launched in 1967 by Birdseye, and Findus Crispy Pancakes, which were launched in the early 1970s.
Has he made some investments that he's not telling us about?
Yeah, that would be amazing, isn't it? If he decided that rather than being a crypto bro, he was going to become a crispy pancake bro. He's going to start
Put it all on Birdseye.
He's going to have a podcast investing people in what the hot new flavors of Angel Delight are to get involved in the early stages. The TV star who played curry-loving slob Dave Lister in the sci-fi show said he also missed Heinz ravioli, which was first sold in the UK in 1965. I mean, he says he misses it. He does predominantly miss things which are still widely available.
Why does it have to be Heinz as well, Craig?
Yeah, I suppose he likes ravioli, which bears no resemblance whatsoever to anything an Italian person would recognize. Not that I've had Heinz ravioli in about 30 years.
Come on, you don't want to upset Big Tomato.
The dad of three, born in 1964, and who went on to play cabbie Lloyd Mulaney in Coronation Street from 2005 to 2015, said the absolute worst is middle-class food. Avocados are the most overrated thing in the world, and sourdough annoys me as well. What's wrong with normal bread? Bring back Angel Delight, Heinz ravioli, and Findus Crispy Pancakes. That's what we're talking about.
Yeah. Limit everyone's choice.
Yeah. This is what happens when Labour get in, Chris.
Yeah, exactly.
They're telling us what. I mean, already we're at the stage where there's a lot of Wikipedia, isn't there? We've got the curry-loving slob Dave Lister. We've got how many kids that he's got, the name of the character he played in Coronation Street, the years that he was in it. There's a lot. A little heads up, a lot of padding in this. Would you like a little bit more padding?
Oh, go on.
Right, here is how it goes on. Flavors of Angel Delight, which is still on sale in supermarkets, include strawberry, butterscotch, chocolate, chocolate mint, and banana.
Okay.
Old flavors include coffee, black cherry, blueberry, peach, lime, lemon, blackcurrant, bubblegum, tangerine, vanilla ice cream, forest fruits, popcorn, and candy floss.
Whoa. Vanilla ice cream flavor. What?
Yeah.
Do you think you'd ever be sat down with your vanilla ice cream flavored Angel Delight and think, what could I be having instead?
What cold dessert could I be enjoying now, which is very similar to this vanilla ice cream Angel Delight? Oh dear. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, this is well, essentially, Craig Charles has made one very short comment. Some would say a flippant throwaway comment, and he needs to pad it out into a full-length story here. Yeah, candy floss flavor. Not for me. Crispy pancake flavors include minced beef and onion and ham and mozzarella, currently on sale, with old fillings including chicken and mushroom, chicken and bacon, and chicken and sweet corn, as well as cheddar cheese.
They obviously bought a lot of chicken in when they first at Finder's HQ.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to be a preachy vegetarian here, Chris, but imagine being a chicken, knowing you're going to your grave and looking that slaughterman in the eye saying, "What will become of me?" And he says, "A chicken and a sweet corn crispy pancake."
What a way to go.
It's undignified, isn't it?
A little bit, yeah.
I think you can just get the just mozzarella now. I think that they're available in Iceland. Again, toyed with getting some, decided against it. But if you are the producers of either Crispy Pancakes or Angel Delight and you're interested in sponsoring a self-deprecating show business podcast, we're all ears.
You could do a lot worse. Or better, to be fair, but
you could definitely do a lot better. But I'm just saying that I don't think that Alistair Campbell and Rory Stewart are going to talk about it at such length as we just have.
Yeah.
In fact, I'm guessing
novelty food.
I'm guessing Rory Stewart's never had a crispy pancake.
Yeah. Middle class. Gum.
A recent poll of 2,000 Brits found that 21% would love to be served up more dishes from the 60s, 70s, and 80s. Now, I would possibly turn that on its head, Chris, and say that another way of looking at that would be that 79% don't.
4 in 5 would rather cut off their own arm.
Crispy pancake. Top dishes included jelly and ice cream, fish fingers, trifle, waffles, Arctic roll, crispy pancakes, and Angel Delight.
You don't need to mention them again. Leave it on Arctic roll.
Somebody's on a cut, aren't they, here? Fish fingers, you can get these days, can't you? They're quite artisan. Around where I live in London's hipster East End, you'd probably pay about 10 quid for one.
Yeah, at least.
I think you can get all of those things now, couldn't you? I've not had a trifle in years.
I haven't had an Arctic roll for a while.
Had a trifle recently?
No.
Homemade
trifle. They're what you go for.
Yeah, that's very true. Now, we go on. Tom Taylor, 53, said he backed the TV star's call to arms, saying, "I used to love chicken and sweet corn crispy pancakes for dinner, followed by a strawberry Angel Delight. It was the highlight of my week when I was young. Every Wednesday night, that's what we had. And on birthdays and special occasions, if I was lucky."
Who's Tom Taylor?
Well, we don't know, Chris. That is where the story ends. So all we know is that Tom Taylor is 53.
Right, okay.
Quite why he has been quoted in this, I do not know, other than the fact that the reporter needed to pad out the story and presumably found the only person old enough they've ever met to remember.
Tom Taylor, 53, Deputy Chief Marketing Officer for Finders.
Yes, absolutely. Few comments here. Marge 68 says, "Someone please tell him it's still out there. Can't remember him in Corrie. He can't have lasted long." 10 years. 10 years. 10 glorious years. Bobon says, "I seem to remember Angel Delight tasted like flavored chalk."
It's a bit harsh.
And
must have had the vanilla ice cream flavor.
The short-lived vanilla ice cream flavor. And Dolly Daydreamer says you can still buy all the stuff he has mentioned, so why say bring them back when they're still on sale? I'd love original Cremola phone to come back, but seemingly the recipe was lost. Also, Smedley sausages rolls in a tin, lol. I remember my mum making them. There's loads of foods that should come back. I used to prefer Dream Topping to Angel Delight, and you can still buy that too.
Fair. I mean, fair enough, to be fair.
Oh, finally, Verondon says, never forget the target audience is the credulous.
Wise words.
Wise words indeed. Now, Chris, at the top of the pod, we alluded to the festival of sport currently taking place in France, and I believe you have been looking at Le Tennis.
Yes, Matt, you are right. And I've got a story from the Mail Online looking at one of the greats of the game. Rafael Nadal's son steals the spotlight at the Olympics. Star's adorable mini me shows he has inherited dad's tennis skills at first doubles match. As tennis king Rafa Nadal comes close to retirement, another Rafa has shown the world that he may be set to continue ruling the world's major tournaments just like his father. This was 22-month-old Rafael, the son of the Spanish tennis legend, as he watched his dad compete in the Olympics for the last time.
That's a very original choice of name.
Exactly. Yeah. No, the apple is not falling far from the tree, or as the story would have you believe. Rafael Jr. showed off his tennis strokes by swinging a pure aero Babolat racket as his legendary father put his own racket to good use on court and won his first doubles match with Wimbledon champion Carlos Alcaraz against their Argentine opponents. Unlike his father, however, who plays left-handed, even though he is right-handed, his son preferred to swing his racket to and fro with both hands in forehand and background movements as he sat on the lap of his mother, Maria.
I mean, I suppose he's still got a little bit of time to develop his game, hasn't he? You know,
Yes,
given that he's 22 months old.
22 months old. Yes. The toddler also showed he is developing the skill of being quick on his feet, just like his father is on court, and wandered along an aisle during the match, but under the watchful eye of his mother.
What? I wandered down the aisle in Lidl today, Chris, but I can assure you, I'm not very good at tennis.
Yeah, and it's I like the way it's sort of quick to suggest that there's no suggestion of child neglect going on. She was watching.
Yeah. Yeah, that is one that's been through the lawyers.
Yeah. Lots of pictures of the young tyke. During the match, which lasted 1 hour and 47 minutes, Rafael Jr. showed he can be restless like any other child of his age, and showing signs of boredom, demanded to be entertained by his mother and his grandmother, who was sat alongside them.
Oh, I can understand that. Tennis, very boring.
I know you're not a fan, are you?
Nope.
But,
I think it's a middle class sport, because I think it's time we started bringing back the sport to the 60s and the 70s.
like fighting in the streets.
Shove halfpenny, something like that. Bring that into the Olympics.
Fair enough. Yeah, I mean, it's stretching it a little bit here, isn't it? It's like even a child's, nappy movement might be compared to, his dad's legendary status on the red clay of Paris.
Yeah.
Once he had lost interest in his father's business down below on the Olympic court and the tennis racket too, his mother appeased him by producing a bottle of milk.
Wow. Okay.
Easy victory. But as the adoring, mostly French crowd chanted his name in recognition of his outstanding record at their home tournament, his son joined in the clapping, encouraged by his mother and grandmother.
I mean, to be fair, they could have been chanting the child's name, given it's the same name.
Yes, exactly. I mean, we shouldn't assume that they weren't giving it up to the young toddler.
They were very impressed by the manner of his aisle walking.
Exactly. He also waved the Spanish flag in honor of his father, who's representing Spain at the Olympics and is a former Olympic gold medal winner.
Padding.
Yes, it is a lot of padding here. In fact, as I scroll down, there is very, very little else. So I think maybe let's just go to the comments.
Yes, please.
Fruit launch period said he's got his dad's goggle eyes.
What?
I don't know if that's supposed to be a compliment or not. And Break Aura Lobe says, was Rafael Jr. making a racket?
Oh, Oh, lol.
Yeah, I think that's quite enough of that.
Short and sweet.
Yeah. Now, Matt, I know you've been saving the best to last. So, what are you going to play us out with?
Well, I am going to wrap up this month's episode with a story from the mirror.co.uk, and it's headlined Kerry Katona makes Donald Trump unexpected offer. I'm flying over.
Right. Okay. Is she doing an Iceland delivery service?
Well, the stand first is former Atomic Kitten star Kerry Katona tweeted ex-President Donald Trump to say that she was heading to the States to give him some advice as he tries to make a comeback.
I'm sure he's ready. He's ready for that.
Yep, yeah, that's what great band, great band. A lot of people say that they're the female Beatles, Atomic Kitten. A lot of people say that great band, great girls, great girls.
Ignored Nigel Farage, ignored Liz Truss, but when it comes to Kerry, he will open his doors wide.
He is all ears. Kerry Katona has offered to give Donald Trump some advice as he battles to get back in the White House. The former Atomic Kitten star made the surprising proposal in a post on X. She wrote, "Hey, at real Donald Trump, I'm flying over to come and give you some advice. You up for chat?" Ms. Katona signed off her message with a heart.
Trying to seal the deal. I mean, shouldn't she ask if he was up for a chat before?
Before she booked it.
Getting on the plane.
Yeah. Yeah. In general, a little bit of advice. If you are going to fly to the United States of America to give a presidential contender some advice, just check they're up for it before you book it. Because it's going to be very embarrassing otherwise.
Oh, you said fight like hell. I thought you meant flight like hell.
It is unknown what kind of advice she is keen to give Mr. Trump. In 2016, when he was first elected, she tweeted several shocked cat emojis with the message, "So Donald Trump is now the president."
So she's gone through the same journey as JD Vance.
She very much like JD Vance. Yeah,
He's a never Trumper.
Yeah. She's very much rode back because of her political ambitions, like Vance.
Yeah.
Mr. Trump faces a battle against Kamala Harris to be the next US president after Joe Biden announced on Sunday that he was withdrawing from the race. I think we're moving on a little bit here from the whole again hitmaker.
Yeah.
Ms. Harris, who is vice president, has quickly secured the backing of top Democrats and has said she now has the support of enough delegates to be confident of getting the party's nomination when it holds its national convention next month. She declared that she was ready to unite our party, unite our nation, and defeat Donald Trump. No mention of Kerry Katona.
Yes, I want to hear a bit more about the former Mrs. Brian McFadden.
Well, unfortunately, we've got a little bit about taste of her campaign. We've got what Kamala Harris has said about Trump. It's got how it's going with her bid to win over the Democratic Party delegates, the amount of money she's raised. Oh, the final line. Ms. Katona has been contacted for comment.
Oh, did I tweet that? Whoops.
Yeah, there's that is it. That is that story. I have a quick look at the comments. A few of the comments here. Super 8 Amber says go back to Iceland. Stephen Rocks said what's she gonna do? Suggest he goes on OnlyFans. Renter says 2 wasted lives. A lot of these, Chris, are not suitable for a family podcast.
I noticed short arse said, "OMG, what does she know about running a country? Stick to things you know, but that won't take you long. And yes, I am being rude." I mean, in case there was any doubt.
Going to Laugh says, "Mrs, you're too late, as our beloved Katie Price has got there before you." And Jan G says, "Thick as mince."
Wow, that's harsh.
It's harsh, isn't it? Oh, Well, on that, I think maybe it's time to wrap up this month's Barely Contained, Chris.
Yeah, I think so.
I think it's been a short but sweet one. But it's hot, isn't it?
It's very hot.
It's very hot.
You don't want to be listening to a long podcast in this temperature.
No, this is not the temperature for a 3-hour Joe Rogan episode. You want a very quick, short, sharp burst of Barely Contained.
Yeah.
But it will not be hot by the time of the next podcast, listeners, because that will be on September the 1st.
True. And in the meantime, should you wish to engage with us, you can go to X at barely_pod or Facebook and go to Barely Contain the Podcast for lots of, previous archive footage, some fun little bits there as well. And I believe we're on YouTube as well now, Matt.
We're on all the podcast providers. We are on, obviously, Spotify and YouTube Music and Apple and Amazon, wherever you get your podcast. We are actually, if you prefer it in a visual format on YouTube, I say visual format, you just get to look at the logo while you're listening to it. But it's better than the alternative because I am a sweaty boy today. But yeah, please do subscribe to us on there. You'll be able to find I think it's about 7 years worth of previous episodes on there. And do leave us a review if you can. 5 stars, please. As they say on podcasts, really does help with the algorithm. So that is it for this month. It just needs me to thank Chris Beckett.
Thanks very much, Matt Withers.
And also you, the listener. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Cheers, guys.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Meet the chef in charge of Finder's Crispy Pancakes. He takes his job very seriously, whether he's making the crumb coat even crispier or being fussy about the fillings, inspecting the ingredients, studying serving suggestions, or dreaming up new varieties. He never stops. In fact, he's even been known to take his work home with him. Finder's Crispy Pancakes, the finest food, frozen.